Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for continuing on this knee update journey. For those of y'all that have been with me from video 1, and even those of y'all who are just joining me now. So this video obviously is going to be weeks 5, 6, 7, 8, so it'll be month 2 basically. And I'll just kind of tell you how the progressions go, anything that I've ran into that has been a struggle for me, my great milestones, some of the milestones I've hit. If you'd like to keep watching and know how I did in month 2, see ya. Okay, so if I haven't already said so, my current brace, I've kind of ditched for the most part. I don't wear it at home anymore. I only wear it when I go out to places. So, and since we're in quarantine, I only wear it to the store, the grocery store. And so I only wear it to the grocery store. And then after that, I don't even take it to therapy. I leave it in the car. Honestly, I leave it in the car, period. I don't even bring it in the house anymore. So I think that's pretty much it for that one. Again, I'm so excited and I'm so grateful, and I just can't thank everybody who's had a part in this enough. And I know most of it is me. I keep pushing myself. I keep going and keep going and keep going. So during week 5, okay, I lied. So I'm in week like 18 or 19. So week 5 is hard to remember, but know this. I lied when I said I only this week, throw a party. I started taking walks around the neighborhood. So I've started trying to exercise on my own. I've started taking walks around the neighborhood again with my best friend, of course. And I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm getting closer and closer to 100%, honestly. So as I'm getting closer, I'm getting more excited, but I feel like every time I'm going to therapy, I'm getting more tired. Jesus, can I catch a break? So currently my at-home workouts consist of walking a mile. I'll walk a mile in my brace. I'll walk half a mile, turn around and walk back, and then I'll come home and I do my little warm-up stretches, which are kind of all of the same thing currently, currently the same warm-up I've been doing at therapy. That's all still the same. None of that has changed. So I'm just trying to get my knee the stamina it once had. Like, I haven't been to work in a few months, it might be another month or so before I go back to work. So I need to get that stamina up from somewhere. And I think just walking and trying to stay on my feet longer throughout the day will definitely help. I've kind of gotten back into the main role of cooking at home, so that helps me stand on my leg. There are some days when I just can't. My leg is like, no, you need to go sit down. Like, sit down, don't move. And I think the biggest thing is just listening to your body. You can listen to the doctors and you can listen to the therapist, but if your body tells you sit down, you need to sit down sometimes. And I think that's a big thing with healing, and kind of how I've been healing so well is I've been able to rest so much. My knee hasn't been tired every single day. It's getting a lot more rest than it would have if the world was 2019. So I am still icing 3 times a day, and I'm still going to therapy twice a week. As we move into week 6, everything's pretty much the same here. There's not a big jump from week 5 to week 6. I do notice I am getting stronger. I am going up in weights on the leg press because I'm still doing the leg press. So I'm constantly going up in weights on that. I am moving from different exercises to where I can now, I'm fully walking without a limp, basically. Like, I'm walking normal. In the mornings, it's a limp. And if I come home from therapy, shower, and like take a nap or sit down for a little while, and when I get up from that, there's a limp as well. But that's just like get the car warmed up, let's go type of thing. So once I get out of that, then I'm pretty much walking normal most of the day. Getting in and out of the car is still kind of, I don't want to say a struggle, but it takes a little extra effort just because lifting my leg up. I have an SUV, so it's not as bad, but when I do sit in, we have a smaller car too. So that car is kind of low to the ground. So with that, I have to turn myself, fit both feet the outside, and push up. Almost like I do with seated squats. And sometimes getting in and out the shower is hard. We have a stand-up shower, so the step isn't that high, but some days it does get hard. I do a ton of step-ups at therapy, and I'm working on lunging. I'm finally starting to lunge, yay! It's an assisted lunge, but I can't even explain how happy I am that I'm starting to lunge again. Just to think, wow, I couldn't do this. Like, this was taken away from me. It's just so crazy. As a coach, I've had a couple athletes that have torn this and hurt that, and and I thought I've tried to understand them to the best of my capability, engage on things that they do, but you really don't understand tearing your ACL and the recovery it takes and the hard work and it takes to come back from it. You don't really kind of understand that, and I guess now as a coach, that makes me a better coach, because now I know if I have a kid, coach, my knee is tired. Like, I'm not tired physically, but my knee is just like, girl, sit down. Girl, I hurt. Girl, I need some ice. Listen to that knee, ladies. Listen to that knee after you get that surgery. Ladies, guys, listen to that knee. Ice is your best friend. I don't ice as much as I should anymore, but I do try to ice after therapy all the time. But I know that I don't have any swelling much anymore. I'm minimal, if anything. I have swelling, but it's not, you can't notice unless like you're really looking for it. So I do try to ice when there's pain and soreness, and if I ice, I do feel that the soreness kind of goes away. Week 7 is pretty much like week 6. I've incorporated more lunging. I'm actually incorporating more lunging into my therapy workouts now. I can do a lateral lunge even deeper now. And I'm also starting to take longer walks. So my walks currently are anywhere from 1.5 to 2 miles at home. The other day I did a 2.3 mile walk. Baby, I was tired. Okay, so here we are, last week of month 2, officially, boom, hitting week 8. I'm hitting a couple of milestones this week. Well, I don't know if you would say a couple, but my physical therapist, they've moved into their new permanent office. So that was nice. I hate to say it, but I'm getting used to it just being me there. So don't get me wrong, I enjoy getting all the attention. I enjoy not having to worry about other people, and I like to people watch, so sometimes I get stuck people watching and forget what I'm doing. So I enjoy it just being me. I come in, I don't have to wait. Like, come in, get out, leave. They're very personable there. The front desk knows me. All the other therapists know me. I've worked with all the therapists at this point, basically. So week 8, we moved into a new facility. There are all kinds of actual machines and stuff now. And if you haven't watched my other videos, I talk about how I've been to, basically this is my 3rd office. So due to Corona, I started out at one office, which by far has been my favorite so far. And that was the biggest one, I think. And there was more space there, and I just like the feel of it, because I like a big empty open gym type of concept in my head, and so I just liked the feel of that one. And it could have been that it was my first one. The second one, due to COVID, all the therapist facilities condensed to like 2 or 3 instead of double. So we went to another one, which is right next door to the new permanent one. How funny. So it was real small and I hated it. So I mean, like, I hated it. And I'm thankful that COVID was happening because there was only me and somebody else at times, if there was anyone else. So it wasn't as small as it really was. And now with this one, it's bigger. I'm still getting used to everything, but I'm on the elliptical, if I haven't told y'all now. That is my warm-up. I do a 10-minute warm-up on the elliptical. I'm trying to beat my distance every time because I do a 10-minute warm-up. So I'm trying to pick up my speed every time. And I notice some days I'm almost at a mile. I'm like getting better and better. Well, I think I'm almost at like 3/4 of a mile, if not over 3/4 of a mile on the elliptical. And all right, so to end week 8, I got reevaluated. So reevaluation this week was pretty simple. I fill out, she gives me a paper, or I've done the computer. You can do, well, I'm sorry. I think I did the computer this time, and it asks you questions. It asks you like what you can and can't do, and you have to rate that on like a 1 through 5. Like, can you run full speed? And I put like a 0. No, I can't, because like they haven't cleared me to do that. So of course I can't. Can you complete your house stuff? And I think at week 8, I'm kind of at like a 4, because there was some stuff I still couldn't do because I still can't stand and move around for too long. But I was definitely trying. So don't get me wrong about that. So there's, for most of the easy things that you're supposed to be back to that kind of aren't really exercise related, I'm pretty much at a 4 or 5. Stuff that is exercise related, it depends on what it is and the level of difficulty. The more difficult things, of course, I cannot do yet. But so for my reevaluation, I sat back on the table. I haven't been on this table. Well, I'm on the table at the end of every workout because I stretch out my hamstring and my quads for a minute, but I haven't been on the table for more than that in like 4 weeks. So that's pretty nice. So for that, I sit down and she basically tells me to straighten your knee. Straighten your leg as much as you can, and then I'll measure them. So she measured my right leg versus my left leg. The difference in degrees as far as straightening was like 3 to 4 degrees. So it wasn't that far off. I can't stick my hand under my knee anymore. I can get it in there to start, but you know, it's pretty stiff. I don't want to say, no, it's not pretty stiff. It's pretty straight. So now I'm working on trying to get it as hyperflexed as my left leg. It may never get to that, but I'm gonna try. I will try to get it there. So then she tested the hyper extension on my left leg, which is the good one, and my right leg, which is the bad one, obviously. And it's about a 5-degree difference. So that's the biggest difference. And she tested that, and then I bent my leg and she tested that. She measured that in degrees, and I want to say that was like 2 or 3. It wasn't much of a difference either, and it wasn't, well, I bent my leg as far as I could till it was unbearable, and that was like a 2 or 3 degrees, but I was in pain doing that. So maybe it was about 5 degrees comfortably. So I'm coming along great. Again, I'm so excited. I ask that you continue this journey with me. I want to start incorporating some stuff I'm doing at home, and maybe recording that, just because I feel awkward recording myself at therapy, you know. So that's kind of a little weird, but I do want to maybe start incorporating me doing some stuff that I've done at therapy at home now. So I'll, you know, if you'd like to see that, let me know. We'll call it at home therapy. Whoop, whoop. Thanks for joining me. If you don't know how I tore my ACL, go check it out. If you want to see what happened, and if you want to know some things from surgery day, I have that video too. Thanks for joining me. See y'all next time. Bye.